So you may or may not know this about me, but I love me some platinum trophies. You know, when you finish a game, you reach that 100% and you see that shiny platinum trophy pop and you hear that little ping. It's pretty magical and it fills you with a great sense of achievement. And some great games have some great trophy lists. Some great games have some bad trophy lists. Some bad games have good trophy lists. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. And a trophy list can either really impact a game in a positive way or a negative way. Sometimes you just don't want to finish off a game to get the platinum trophy because it just isn't worth it. But that's not the case with these games. So in this video what I want to do is I want to tell you about 5 games that I have played that were great games, and not only were they great games, they had really good platinum trophies. So good in fact, I would definitely platinum them again. Now the first game I want to talk about is a game I've probably never ever mentioned on this channel, and that is Deadpool.
Phew! That's what happens when you mix C4 with a bean burrito. Now be honest, I'm not the only one with a little bit of shit in their pants right now, am I?
This originally came out on the PlayStation 3. We have Nolan North voicing the Merc with a mouth Deadpool, and it is a lot of fun. It's not the best Marvel superhero game you've ever played. I'm not going to tell you it's the best game you've ever played, but it's a pretty fun, you know, hack and slash Marvel game. Deadpool, in quite short doses in my opinion, is very lovable and a very good character, and this game is not too long. It's going to take you probably 8 to 10 hours to finish it, and then you have to play through it again on the hardest difficulty to get the platinum trophy. The platinum trophy is pretty straightforward. All you got to do, as I've said, there's a few certain miscellaneous levels, like finish certain levels without being hit, but on a whole it's actually a really easy platinum trophy, and it's really quite enjoyable. Now I have just said it's really easy. I have just remembered that there is one part, the last level on the hardest difficulty is quite challenging, but the rest of the game is pretty darn easy and you have a lot of fun with it because it's such a charismatic game. Nolan North voices Deadpool so well, and there's actually a great part in the very opening part of the game where you are given like random trophies just for no reason, and Deadpool actually talks to you, the gamer, and tells you why you're getting these trophies or achievements. It's pretty funny, but all in all, it's a good Marvel hero game. But as someone who loves superhero games, that I really enjoyed my time with it, and I think you probably would enjoy playing this if you like games similarly to me, or you just like superhero games. You probably will enjoy earning the platinum trophy in this one. Okay, next up is a game I only played this year. It came out in 2015, and it definitely changed my outlook on gaming. Getting all philosophical with you, and that is Bloodborne. So I have played Bloodborne. I have 100%ed it. I've done the DLC, and I've done all of everything that is involved in getting the platinum trophy. And I have to say, I really enjoyed my time with From Software's Bloodborne. It takes you on a... The story is not really that important to the game. The game is all about the gameplay. It's all about exploring. It's about these difficult battles. It's about, you know, leveling up your character, leveling up your ability as a gamer, and moving on to progressively harder parts of the game. And it's something about this whole system of, you know, not being good enough to beat certain enemies, going back, leveling up, getting better at the game, and then moving forward. It's definitely a unique game, you know. For those who have never played a From Software game, you know, they are difficult games. They're not too difficult. They're definitely, well, I've only played Bloodborne. It's quite hard. It is challenging. It is one of the hardest games I've played, but I don't play particularly hard games, to be honest. But I think it will test you, but I think it's doable. Most people can play Bloodborne. It just takes a bit of practice and a bit of patience. You know, you've got to learn how the game works. But the platinum trophy, all in all, is pretty good. There's a few collectibles and miscellaneous stuff here and there, a few missables here and there. You will probably need a guide, but the game is so good. You know, look at that, 10 out of 10s. 10 out of 10s. It's so good that I think most people will enjoy playing the game and getting the platinum trophy. Really, you can either scum save, as they say, where you have to like reload a save to get the last couple endings, or you can just play through it 3 times. It's a good game, and once you get through it again, I would definitely platinum this again. I think I'm going off the perspective that the first time it's a bit annoying with the miscellaneous trophies and figuring out where to go because you can get lost. But if I was to play it now, I wouldn't have any of those issues because I know pretty much where everything is just from playing through it the one time. So I think I would enjoy this game considerably more the second time around. Now this game is the game that was my 100th platinum trophy, and that is Dragon Quest XI. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was really late to JRPG. So, you know, my first JRPG was Final Fantasy 15. Can you really class that as a JRPG? I don't know if you can, it's very westernized. But then my second one was Dragon Quest XI. I mean, I've played Pokemon all throughout my life. Pokemon technically is a JRPG, but Dragon Quest XI is those turn-based combat, and I have to say I really love turn-based combat, and Dragon Quest XI takes you on this really fun, like, very anime story where it's good versus evil, and it takes you through a journey through that world, and it's really good for it. I don't want to spoil it, but you know the characters within it are like anime. They're very, very likable. They grow on you so much. They get lots of time to be fleshed out. You play as this like silent protagonist, but again, you do feel like you're in the world, and it's just a great game. If you love anime, you'll definitely love it. If you love RPGs, if you love JRPGs, you probably have already heard of this game. Now the Platinum Trophy is quite long. Like, you've got to play through the game, and there's basically, the game is about 80 hours, and then you've got to do a lot of cleanup, like max out your characters, do so many like races to get like these mini medals, find a lot of the armors, and the armors towards the end can be quite boring. You may spend probably 5 to 10 hours getting your characters to max level, then another 5 to 10 hours getting all the collectible things you need to buy or get all the weapons. But at the end of the day, I still really enjoyed my time with it, and I am actually heavily considering playing Dragon Quest XI-S, so basically a new version came out for the Nintendo Switch, which has been brought over to PlayStation 4, and when I was making this list, I looked at these games and thought, would I play them again? Would I platinum them again? And I looked at Dragon Quest XI and I thought, even though there's some difficult parts and some grindy parts towards the end, it's still one of my favourite games on PlayStation 4, without a doubt. So yes, I would definitely platinum this again. And you, if you haven't heard of it, you haven't played it, you like RPGs, you like JRPGs, you like good stories, then yes, it is definitely worth a platinum. However, it will take you about 100 hours to do so. Okay, the next game, I don't have it physically, sadly. Maybe someday. And that's a game I played very recently, and if you are following my channel and watch every video, you know I love this game, and that is Remnant from the Ashes. This game came absolutely Randy Orton style, RKO, out of nowhere, and it's taken me like, it's a game, I haven't given a game a 10 out of 10 since Spider-Man. For me, this game is one of the best games I've played in PlayStation 4, and I know that's such a strong statement, and a lot of people are going to say, well, I've never heard of this game. Really, 10 out of 10? Yeah. It's so good. THQ Nordic are the publishers and Gunfire Games are the developers, and I have to say, they've absolutely outdone themselves with this game. I think it's a masterpiece. It's so good. It's a roguelike Soulsborne light game. So on that, it's kind of like, the game's quite difficult to start with, and there's random elements thrown in there, but the gunplay is just phenomenal. The level design is amazing. The bosses, the weapons customization, the trade system, it's fantastic. I have to say, I came off playing Bloodborne in January, and then I played this in like March or April. In these two games have really changed my outlook on games, and they've made me want to play harder games. But I enjoyed Remnant from the Ashes so much more than Bloodborne because of the trade and weapon system. Because in Bloodborne you're kind of limited to the weapons you want to use because it's so hard to upgrade weapons. By the time you've upgraded your weapons on Bloodborne 2 or 3 times, you're kind of stuck with that weapon. Whereas Remnant, you can go back, you can grind, you can find a lot of stuff out, and you can upgrade the weapons to get them all to pretty much the same level, which means you can just mess around with all these different weapons, the handguns, the submachine guns, the shotguns, the snipers, all these futuristic weapons, and then of course you can remap your traits, you can build up the way you want to play. It's just so creative, and I just love it for it. And again, you can play this as well in 3-player co-op, and it is so much fun with a couple of buddies. Highly recommend this game. The DLC is disgustingly hard, but I think coming into it now, I probably wouldn't struggle with it so much because I know the game like the back of my hand, and I haven't played it in like 4 weeks. And if you haven't played this game, and you've got a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox One Series X, they have just released a 60 FPS patch for it, so you can now play it in 60 FPS as well, which is fantastic. Okay, the final game in this list is, I'm being a little bit cheeky, because I haven't platinumed this game. So would I platinum again? Yes, it still counts, okay? And this is why. This is my favourite game of all time. Skyrim Bros. Now, I haven't platinumed this game, however, I've earned, I think it's 1,250 gamer score. I've earned all the gamer score on the Xbox 360 version and the Xbox One version of this game. I have played this game, well, probably tens of times, but I played it all. I've played through the game and done every single side quest in this game 4 times. So I've had 4 characters spanning 200 hours, 250 hours per character. That's, you know, at 800, probably upwards to 1,000 hours on this game, and it's definitely the most played game I've ever had. I've never played a game that much. Most games, I think 200 hours is the tapping out point for me, but Skyrim is something else. It holds such an important part of my childhood. This is the game, guys, that turned Platinum Bro into a mega nerd. You know, before this, I think I was 16, 17 when it came out, and yeah, you know what? I've always loved games, my whole life. I'm 27 now, and I've loved them since I was like 6 or 7, but Skyrim really cemented me in the RPG world. I was starting to, you know, I've been playing Dragon Age, I've been playing Mass Effect, I was enjoying them, but Skyrim just made me just hooked on RPGs, and I've loved them pretty much ever since. It's such a versatile game. It is absolutely fantastic. Think what you want with Bethesda now. I'm looking forward to where they're going to be going with Xbox, but there was a period in time from like 2014 to 2020 where they've kind of like sank massively. Their stocks are definitely tanked as of late with me because of, you know, Fallout 76 and things like that. But you know, they've definitely I think they're gonna have a redeeming arc. This is their redemption arc now, guys. They've done that plummet into despair. Now they're in their redemption arc, and yeah, I just love Skyrim. I love Bethesda for making Skyrim. It is my favorite game of all time. You can do and be whatever you want to be. Want to be a mage? Want to be an orc? Want to be an assassin? Want to be a thief? You can do all these things. Want to be a werewolf? Vampire? You can do everything, and it is such a fantastic journey. The game is a long platinum, probably about 150 hours. Well, about 100 hours for the actual platinum, but then the DLC is about 50 hours because there's so much DLC. But if you love RPGs, I mean, most people have played Skyrim. Come on, most people have played Skyrim. It's probably one of the most famous games of all time. But the Platinum is a good journey if you enjoy this type of game. If you enjoy an RPG, the Platinum Trophy is a lot of fun, and I encourage you to do it. And there's no difficult trophies in this game really at all. All you have to do is sink your time in and finish loads of quests and have a load of fun, and you get the Platinum Trophy. There you go, guys. There was 5 games that have such good Platinum Trophies. I would definitely do again. On that, I have Skyrim. I'm going to Platinum it again at some point. Maybe this year, definitely the year after, if not this year. But yeah, I would love to know what games you think are so good that you would platinum again. Let me know in the comments down below. Share your love of games. We all need to keep this positive. Let's just hear about the games we love so much we would platinum again. Let me know if you played any of these 4 or 5 games, and if you have platinumed them, and if you would platinum them again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.